Intention, Ontario trucking companies. If you are relying on facility insurance, you could be overpaying. Reduce your insurance cost by 10,000 or more per truck. And good news, we accept drivers with only 1 year of experience. To learn more, just send us text by typing insurance to 365 364 0714. Thank you.
And welcome back to another episode of the CVOR National Safety Code Podcast. My name is Chris Harris, and I am your host. As always, today we're talking about references. Well, who in the hell am I, and why in the hell should you listen to me? This is a screenshot here. If I can turn my camera off for a second, or move me out of the way, perhaps. This is a screenshot here of how many CVOR practice tests that I have sold, and it's 4,090. So 4,090 people, thank you very much, have put their faith in me to help them get their CVOR. And that's just here in Ontario, and that's actually not even all that accurate of a number, because I also sell a bundle that isn't included in that number and some other items as well. So it's over 4,100 people I've helped get a CVOR, and that's just in Ontario. And of course, I'm based in Ontario, so I know something about CVOR and National Safety Code and all that kind of stuff. And so we're talking about references today. There is the CVOR National Safety Code Manage Your Safety Scores logo. All right, so who in the hell says that we got to do references? That's my first question. And then secondly, who says we got to go back 3 years? Well, again, because I'm based in Ontario, and everybody, all the provinces, all the territories are doing almost the exact same thing thanks to the National Safety Code. All the provinces and territories abide by the National Safety Code. They take the National Safety Code and implant it or input it into their Highway Traffic Act for their region. And so this is how it's all done. Here in Ontario, you can see required documents. And let me look off to the screen a little bit as I read this, because this is what Ontario and most of the other provinces say are required in a driver file. And of course, a CVOR driver's abstract obtained within the preceding 12 months of the audit. So this is when they come in to audit you. A record of all convictions and or administrative penalties for provincial and federal legislation that have taken place in the last 24 months. And let me tell you about that just a little bit. A lot of companies don't know about items such as convictions that happen in personal automobiles. And that's where you get screwed up in the audit. Yes, you do care, and you do have to be asking your drivers about what happens in their personal autos. Because, of course, certain tickets could make them disqualified driving for your company, because your insurance company would go apeshit if you had them insured with your company. So yes, you regularly have to be asking your drivers about convictions, and you need a policy manual. And in that policy, it needs to say, driver, you got to tell us about any convictions. All right. So that's really important. That's really important. A record of all collisions involving any commercial vehicles. Well, again, I think you should have a record of all crashes, but the ones that involve at least commercial vehicles. And again, if the driver got a ticket from that crash, that should be reflected in the convictions. So you should know a lot of detail. And of course, you need a crash file and all kinds of other stuff. But that's for a different podcast. And then a record that confirms the completion of dangerous goods training if you haul dangerous goods. So those are the required items. Do you see 3-year reference checks on there anywhere? No, you don't. So, in addition, though, Ontario goes on to say, in addition, an operator should consider including the following documents as part of their driver files, and a completed application form that you should damn well consider. Yes. A record of 3-year employment history. Yes. record of collisions involving any motor vehicle, record of training, and a copy of the current medical, or in lieu of indirect information such as a copy of the driver's abstract. So there you have it. There is what MTO says you are required and suggested. Nobody in there has said anything about 3 years of references. Well, let me go on to tell you. It is all about your insurance company. Your insurance company, before you give them a commercial motor vehicle that can go out and potentially kill somebody and cost millions of dollars to your insurance company, they want you to take the additional step of giving this fellow a road test and doing reference checks. Why did they leave their last employer? So please do 3 years of background checks. It will do you well when it comes to your insurance. And I said I was going to try to give away something on most of my podcasts here for CVOR and NSC. If you want my summary of hours of service, yes, hours of service. I've created, if you've ever read the Federal Motor Carrier, the federal rules for hours of service, it's about 60 pages long. So I've created a one-pager. So it doesn't cover everything, but it does a real fine job of condensing down for what truck drivers need, a one-pager of hours of service. One side of it is Canada and the other side is the US. So of course, use the appropriate side, but you are welcome to it. Just simply text the word HOS. It's not a word, obviously. No periods or anything, just HOS to 365 364 0714. And again, text that number. What is it? Oh, Chris, hey, it's 365 364 0714. I know I'm I'm an idiot, but this is such a dry subject. If I don't act a little crazy, I think I'll fall asleep. So hopefully you like what I'm doing. If you do, please click like and subscribe. And that's it for this week on the CVOR and NSC podcast, Manage Your Safety Scores with Chris Harris, Safety Dog. And if you need policy and procedure manual, if you need a driver file, if you need a maintenance statement, any of that kind of stuff, please reach out to me. Give me a call at that phone number and I will see what I can do for you. All right, because I do sell that kind of stuff. All right, that's it. So that's the call to action this time. Thank you so much. Have a great day.